If you watch this channel regularly, you know I spend a lot of time warning you about the dark side of the Texas real estate market. We talk about the collapsing infrastructure, the insane mud taxes, and the suburban sprawl that is swallowing up farmland faster than you can blink. For decades, people have moved to Texas for the big open spaces, but sometimes it feels like those spaces are disappearing. Today, we are changing gears. As a professional who tracks the data and the chaos of the Texas housing market, people always ask me, where do you go when you just need to unplug? Where do you go when the traffic on Interstate 35 or Interstate 45 is destroying your sanity? You go to the wild. Texas is massive. And while the builders are busy oversupplying the suburbs with cookie-cutter homes, the state still holds some of the most breathtaking, isolated, and underrated natural escapes in the entire country. Today, we are looking at the best places to go camping, hiking, and exploring in Texas. But we are doing it the Texan Insider way. Some of these locations are in the exact same cities where I told you never to buy a house. That is the ultimate Texas paradox. A city can be a terrible place for a 30-year mortgage, but an absolute paradise for a 3-day camping trip. Grab your gear, pack the cooler, and let us explore the side of Texas that the developers have not paved over yet. Destination 1, Palo Duro Canyon, the Panhandle Escape. Starting our list is a place that sits deep in the Texas Panhandle, just outside of Amarillo. If you remember my video on places you should not move to, I was very clear about Amarillo. It is incredibly isolated, the wind blows constantly, and it sits right in the southern end of Tornado Alley. But if you are just passing through for a camping trip, that isolation becomes your biggest asset. Just outside the city lies Palo Duro Canyon, which is genuinely stunning and one of the most underrated natural attractions in the entire state of Texas. It is known as the Grand Canyon of Texas. The sheer scale of the red rock formations drops suddenly out of the flat, pancake-like plains of the Panhandle. When you set up camp at the bottom of Palo Duro Canyon, the relentless wind of the plains goes quiet. You are surrounded by massive cliffs, incredible hiking trails, and a night sky that is completely free from the light pollution of Dallas or Houston. A good steak at the famous Big Texan Steak Ranch and a weekend camping in Palo Duro Canyon is an unforgettable experience. Do not buy a house in the Panhandle, but absolutely pitch a tent here. Destination 2, Lake Conroe and the Piney Woods. Next up, we head to the deep Piney Woods just north of Houston. Specifically, the area around Lake Conroe. Now, if you have been paying attention to the real estate data, you know that Conroe has been the target of an aggressive residential construction campaign, creating a massive oversupply of homes. The commute into downtown Houston is a daily grind. But if you leave the subdivisions behind and head straight for the water, the reality changes entirely. Lake Conroe provides incredible recreation. Surrounded by the towering trees of the Piney Woods, the camping sites around this area offer a true escape from the concrete heat of the Houston metro. You can rent a spot for your RV or set up a traditional campsite right near the water. The beauty of the Lake Conroe area is the contrast. You can spend the morning hiking through thick pine forests that look like they belong in the Pacific Northwest, and spend the afternoon on a boat or fishing by the shore. It is the perfect weekend retreat for families who want the deep nature experience without having to drive 10 hours across the state. Let the builders panic over their empty inventory in Conroe. You just enjoy the lake. Destination 3, Galveston Island State Park. Our third destination takes us down to the Gulf Coast, to Galveston Island. I have explicitly warned buyers on this channel not to purchase real estate on Galveston Island. The island sits just 8 feet above sea level, right in Hurricane Alley, and the homeowner's insurance will absolutely bankrupt you. But do you know what does not require flood insurance? A tent at Galveston is a beautiful place to visit. The sunsets over the Gulf of Mexico are absolutely worth the drive. When you camp near the beach, particularly around the state park areas, you get to experience the raw, untamed energy of the Texas coast. You can fall asleep listening to the waves crashing against the shore, wake up early to fish in the surf, and spend the day exploring the island's unique coastal ecosystem. You can enjoy the historic Strand District, grab some excellent seafood, and then retreat to your campsite away from the crowds. Galveston proves my ultimate rule: the Gulf always wins when it comes to real estate, but it also provides one of the best coastal camping experiences in the South. Destination 4, the Blue Hole, Georgetown. For our fourth destination, we head to Central Texas, about 30 miles north of Austin, to Georgetown. Georgetown recently hit the 100,000 population threshold and has been growing at an unbelievable pace. Master plan developments have pushed the city limits miles in every direction. But hidden right in the middle of this booming city is the reason why people fell in love with Central Texas in the first place. If you want a daytime nature escape, you head to the Blue Hole. It is a stunning natural swimming spot located right on the South San Gabriel River, cutting directly through the center of town. The water is cool, clear, and surrounded by limestone bluffs. It draws families all summer long who need to beat the brutal Texas heat, and if you want to explore something entirely different, Georgetown is also home to the Inner Space Cavern, a massive underground cave system discovered during highway construction in the 1960s. You can camp at nearby regional parks in Williamson County, spend the morning swimming in the Blue Hole, and the afternoon exploring ancient underground caves. It is Central Texas nature at its absolute best. Destination 5, Falcon Lake, Zapata. Our final destination takes us to the extreme southern edge of the state, down on the Texas-Mexico border in Zapata County. The town of Zapata has struggled economically, and the housing market has faced serious declines. But Zapata sits right on the shore of Falcon Lake, a massive reservoir that was once widely considered one of the premier bass fishing destinations in the entire state of Texas. If you are a serious angler or someone who wants to camp far off the beaten path, Falcon Lake is a destination you have to experience. The landscape is rugged, the sunsets over the reservoir are incredible, and the isolation guarantees you will not be dealing with the crowds you find at the state parks near Dallas or Austin. It is a raw, authentic Texas borderland experience. The OUTRO, appreciate the state. Those are 5 of the best places to escape the sprawl and experience the real Texas. From the massive red cliffs of Palo Duro Canyon to the coastal sunsets of Galveston Island, we spend so much time on this channel looking at spreadsheets, property tax bills, and crime data. It is easy to forget why people started moving here in the first place. Texas is a massive, beautiful state. You just have to know where to look. If you appreciate the unvarnished reality of living, investing, and traveling in Texas, hit that subscribe button right now. We track the data, we expose the traps, and sometimes, we just tell you where to find a good campsite. Drop a comment down below. What is your absolute favorite state park or camping spot in Texas? I am always looking for new places to explore, and I read every single comment. Pack your gear, stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next one.